Alright then, let's talk about psychotic depression. This is something that I've experienced myself several times. It's not fun. Why would it be? The important thing to remember is that it's not the depth of the depression itself which is indicative of whether it will be psychotic or not. So you can have relatively mild depression with psychotic symptoms. You can have very deep depression with no psychotic symptoms. Okay. In general, it's considered that in bipolar type 2, which is what I was first diagnosed with, that there is no psychosis. I believe that some psychiatrists are not necessarily agreeing with that anymore. But as far as I can tell, this is one of the reasons as to why I had this diagnosis of mixed bipolar, because I do have psychotic depressions. I do not have full-blown mania. I just have hypomania, which I'll cover at a later stage. So, psychotic depression, the psychosis, at least with me, manifests in a few ways. It manifests in the form of delusions, specifically delusions of being made of metal, and if left untreated, taken to the extreme, the delusion that I'm already dead, which has lasted up to 6 months or so, although it does recede with treatment with antipsychotic medication, and as the depression itself recedes, so do the delusions. I don't believe that it's full Cotard syndrome. That's never been mentioned. I don't know the full criteria for Cotard syndrome or Cotard's delusion. It may be, it may not, I don't know. But those are the delusions that I have, which I think are an extension, because whenever I become depressed, before I become psychotic, what tends to happen is I will get quite dissociated, quite depersonalized, and if you think about that, it's only a hop and a skip, really. I think the depersonalization and the dissociation are probably more to do with the borderline aspects. There is an overlap. There is a they tend to bounce off each other, which is a real pain. Other psychotic symptoms that I have had are slight visual disturbances, nothing major, just sort of shadows. I know some people call them mice because it kind of looks as though there's a mouse running across the floor just outside of your field of vision. But it's kind of like when you see floaters, you can never look at it directly. It's always just out of your field of vision. There have been a few auditory hallucinations, though not for a long time. Years and years, thankfully. So those are the psychotic features that I have when I get depressed, if it's left untreated. I will make another video which goes into in-depth more about the general features of my depressive cycles, but I just wanted to get that out there. So what I'd really like to know is, are there any of you guys out there who have also experienced psychotic depression? If that is the case, how did those features manifest in you? perhaps we can start to find out if there are any correlations perhaps with psychotic depressive symptoms, or whether they are very individual. Excuse me. So yes, drop me a comment in the comments box down there somewhere, and look forward to hearing from you. Take care, guys.